everyone. Hello, community. Welcome to the second episode of our TeQh Talk. My name is Kenneth Esguerra. I have been doing iOS development for 6 years. Just to give you a quick background, we're going to talk about raising awareness on digital accessibility. Do we need it? Why do we need to care on digital accessibility? Second, where the people we might help in implementing digital accessibility. Third, what can we do as an individual or sub-community in helping a more inclusive world, and also opportunities that are waiting for our community and our listeners if you are going to explore this wonderful field in programming and iOS development. While the technology today is getting better and better, there are still improvements that we can think about in terms of helping people that you see in this slide, in these images, the vision impaired people, some people with hearing impairment, and also people with physical disabilities. So we want to make sure that we build a more inclusive world, meaning that the technology that we are building, for example, we are creating a mobile app or a website, we want to make sure that these people are going to benefit from it, that they are also going to take advantage of this technology. So for example, for the blind people or for those people with vision impairment, we can add a voice-over feature that, for example, where they are using the mobile device, they can swipe through it and they can hear a feedback on what is being displayed on the screen, in what screen they are, so they will have a context on what they are doing with their mobile device. So yeah, really simple thing, but it is a life-changing experience for them. For example, in an Apple user that changed her life by Apple allowing accessibility. So there is a zoom feature for mobile devices like iPhone that with impaired vision, they can read or magnify the text on the screen. So for hearing impairment, we can use a vision recognition. We want to make sure that the website or mobile app is responding to voices or commands that is being spoken by the user. Also, we want to make sure that they are aware of what is happening on their surrounding. For example, Apple's doing this. They are adding sensors to make sure that when they hear a fire alert, then the mobile app will prompt a notification that a deaf person will be able to see. So those are life-changing and life-saving features that you can benefit from. Third, people with physical disability. So some people have cerebral palsy, so their movements are limited. They can navigate through or hold even a device. So one of the Apple advertisement of accessibility, there's a featured lady that has a physical disability. She was able to use the MacBook device and edit a video that was used for Apple marketing. So in real life, you might be familiar or you might have been noticing this for a long time. So this is a good example of good accessibility and bad accessibility. When you go to the mall or the hospital, especially in the hospital, there's always a ramp for people on a wheelchair who are not able to walk. Imagine being in the shoe of these people. And for example, when you are going to a mall or anything you want to go, but you are being limited because of a bad accessibility design. So there's something that can be translated to a digital world. For example, the mobile app we developed, like what I mentioned, we can add some features that will help these features become more useful to the people that we want to help. So what is accessibility and why is it important? Accessibility just means pertains to how easy, how obtainable, how usable is the product, the mobile app, digital product. So it is important not because of the revenue we're going to generate, the income we are going to get from targeting these people. It is important because it is the right thing to do as a human being. We want to care and give to these people that really deserve attention. We want to make sure that we make them feel important and we make the technologies available to them, including the advanced technologies. We want to make sure that we are not leaving them behind, and really doing simple things would really be life-changing and life-saving for all of them. It's something that really needs to be taken seriously by most of us, including aspiring programmers developers. So if we could make our products more accessible, we never know that we can change the world, because some of the people, we never know their potential, right? If, for example, they have a talent, hidden geniuses, help build a better world. Starting your journey as an iOS developer or as a programmer could be really an intimidating challenge, because development is really a broad. There are a lot of different branches, and especially for iOS development, there's really quite not a huge number of iOS developers compared to Android developers. And I'm really fortunate that there are a lot of challenges. But if programming or mobile app development is something that really fits your passion or your natural abilities, if you really like problem solving, try exploring available course online, try purchasing course online, investing in your knowledge. You will need some support from other people. What comes down to is your will to be successful and your determination to become a iOS developer. What are some of the accessibility features that are available or that we can focus on? So actually there's a lot more than 50, I believe, and for the purpose of this TeQh Talk, just going to discuss 3 of the most important accessibility features. First is the voiceover. Like what I mentioned earlier, we can include a voiceover feature that provides a voice feedback whenever the user is navigating to the app. So even those people that couldn't see can still navigate and make transactions, ordering online, paying their bill, socializing, things that voiceover could help. Closed captioning for with hearing impairment. Closed captioning is just adding captions for videos and help them understand what's going on in the movie. They can read while they were watching. The voice control, for example, people with physical impairment, so like Siri in iPhone, one of the really useful features. Voice control, you can send commands. Want to open an app, set a reminder, set an alarm, and include this in the app. Really help, or in the website, so they can do simple navigation. So another feature is the zoom. So and for people with cerebral palsy, so there are some features available for them, like a movement controller that they can actually just navigate their head and do something in the device. There's really a huge advancement in accessibility. Okay, on this slide, I'm going to show you how the voiceover actually works. So here's screen recording for my device. Going to the settings and going to the accessibility settings, then you will see that there are a lot of different accessibility features, and what we are going to focus on is the voiceover feature. Okay, as you see, there's a voice recognition here. This is a really additional voiceover feature that will use an artificial intelligence. This is developed by Apple for image description and screen recognition to recognize the screen.
Voiceover on. Settings. Accessibility. Back button. Settings. Heading.
Then we can go on to the
Kindle. Safari. Safari. Homepage. Link. BBC. Banner. Landmark. Accessibility links. Skip to content. Accessibility. Sign in. Link. Menu. Button. Collapsed. Search BBC. BBC Sport. Link. Banner. All sport. Menu item. End. Banner. Basketball. Menu item. Navigation. Landmark. Scores and fixtures. Menu item. Tables. Menu item. End. Navigation. Basketball. Heading level. Stephen Curry with his arms outstretched in celebration of a three-pointer. Image. A person wearing a Curry returns as Warriors win NBA playoffs opener. Heading level 3. Link. Curry returns as Warriors win NBA playoffs opener. Heading level 3. Link.
So you see how it actually works, right? So when we enable the voiceover, the user can just swipe through these elements of the screen. Imagining closing your eyes or not seeing the app, you are still able to navigate to this specific website. And the wonderful thing is that even if you navigate to an image, it is being described accurately. So it's one of the wonderful things about voiceover feature that we can apply to the mobile apps. What I'm going to show you next is the sound recognition feature that will be really helpful for people with hearing impairment or people who are deaf. And one of the cool features of this is that the device can actually recognize what is the noise in the background. For example, a doorbell, and for emergency, something like sound of a fire. So as you see, if we enable this feature, the device can recognize those sounds. So here I tried a doorbell. But for some extreme cases, what if there's a fire, right? And if it isn't enabled, we never know, right? This really can save a lot of road. That's one of the important things that I really want to make the people listening understand. That's really a valuable feature that can save people. One of the beautiful things that I love about being an iOS developer is that Apple really cares about human experience, user experience with the products that is going through their app store. So they also really care about accessibility and all the people with disabilities. So that's why they were really one of the first to integrate this with their products and raise the standard in implementing accessibility. Why we have something what we call the HIG, Apple's and Human Interface Guidelines. So this is a guideline in making sure that your product will pass on the best standard that Apple wants for their Apple users. So whenever you ship a product, they go through a rigorous testing. They will see if your mobile app is following these human interface guidelines. There are some instances that might be rejected. For example, you are not making the app really accessible, really not easy to use. So as you can see here, there's a whole section to making sure that you follow this human interface guidelines, and it's really helpful for the devs like me who is passionate about applying a wonderfully designed and accessible app. So that's it. Thank you for watching the second episode of our Tech Talk. I hope you learned a lot today, and I hope it inspired you in starting your journey as an iOS developer or as a programmer or any programming career you want to pursue. And I hope that it will benefit you in the future, and I hope that you understand more about the importance of accessibility, some simple ways we can help people with disabilities. So yeah, stay tuned to the Tech Talk series on discovering future-ready skills. So just subscribe to our Quantrics YouTube channel. And just speaking from experience, really love working here in Quantrics. I'm really grateful for the job and the opportunity. So this is really quite an experience that most of the Q members knows and understand. And I hope that you will be able to join us. And there are available job postings, Quantrics account. So feel free to connect, subscribe, see available job postings. So thank you so much for listening, watching this video. Have a good day, everyone.